I joined SAG also at age 3, and I grew up as a working actor for 22 years. And then at 25, I realized that part of what I loved the most about acting was the whole thing about what do people want, what gets in the way, what makes people tick, and I realized that that was psychology. I also thought, hey, if I'm a psychologist, I can actually help people with these things in a deeper way. And unlike acting, I might actually be respected more as I age. That sounded really good to me. So I sat my manager down, I said I had a really good run, but I'm going back to school. Receiving a Dale's Transitional Scholarship for 2 years made me feel so supported by my union and by the SAG Foundation. It really was like, we've been here with you and all these other things, and we have your back. Here you go. Best of luck. It really meant something deep and personal. And this was a really big identity shift in my life. I vividly remember the first time, this happened in my mid-20s, when somebody asked me, what do you do? And I answered, I'm a student. That was the first time in my life I hadn't said I'm an actor, ever. I graduated from UCLA, Phi Beta Kappa, and summa cum laude, and 2 weeks later I started a doctoral program at CSPP, and thinking that I had left the business for another stage. But as it turned out, the business found me. When my practice opened as a psychologist, it began to fill up with actors and writers and directors and studio executives and all kinds of people in the entertainment industry, and they really felt understood. For example, like if a cinematographer came in with anger management issues, no, you've never seen that before, right? I could talk about his relationship with his director versus his first AD, you know? And it was such a relief to people not to have to explain to me how things work. So they referred other people, and I began to specialize in creative artist issues. I've also become an expert witness in dealing with trauma, and funny enough, as it turns out, I'm actually doing a lot more television now as a doctor than I was as an actor. Imagine that. I'm a regular on Dr. Drew's HLN TV show as part of his Behavior Bureau, and a regular guest expert on CNN and Discovery ID and Fox News and all that stuff. And I'm currently working on a book to challenge the myth that artists have to be dysfunctional in order to be talented. This book is about showing creative people the steps that can help them go visit those really edgy places in their work without getting trapped there in those places. I once thought that I was leaving the acting community, but as it turns out, I can't quit you. As it turned out, the Dale Scholarship in my education now allows me to support the acting community in a much deeper way by supporting creative artists' mental health. To me, it is all about giving back, and I am so, so glad to be here. I am Dr. Cheryl Arutt, and I am a Dale Scholar.